Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. When my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. When my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, glowing up, but we still trapped. That's how a nigga survives. Flowing out, got the crowd packed. Yeah, that's how a nigga provides. Y'all insta this, y'all snap that, y'all diss this, and they snap back. Another mass shooting in the headlines. I'm like, damn, where that attack at? Cause y'all think this about race. They flaunt that shit in your face. It's like every day it's the same agenda. It's really not that hard to trace. Fuck it, we might as well face it. Accept it, whatever it's wrapped in. There'll come a day when they run out of grace. So me and my niggas stay trapping. Yeah, ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. When my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Hey, somewhere between who I wanted to be and then what I became. Ended up going my own way, but I couldn't stay in my lane. Now if I'm honest, I've taken a liking to wearing these chains. They hold me down, make it easier when I start feeling the pain. Out of the overflow, your heart, they say your mouth speaks. Well, my heart must be fucked up, cause I can't speak and I can't sleep. So I stay woke in this daydream. Got shit to do, got the world to see. Got the same crew, got some new fleets. This an empire, fuck a boutique, that's real. I only say what I feel, got a new plate with the same meal. On a new hype with the same chill. Y'all too fake, I stay real. Got cast down from heaven, but I'm too good to stay in hell. I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like, oh well, oh well. Yeah, I keep writing like, oh well, oh well. Yeah, hey, I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like, oh well, oh well. Yeah, oh well. We ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. When my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped, sitting high up on the stone. When my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Get off your lazy ass and go to the fucking gym.
Eat a fucking steak, you son of a bitch!
The fat phobia. Thin white men.
I'm gonna starve now!
How's the diabetes treating you?
Stop telling people to lose weight. Stop being like fat phobia doesn't exist.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing, 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 testicles, testicles. Ooh, welcome everyone to episode 25 hundo and Flati Cinco of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleevescast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and your hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. Today's episode, the Beastcast, is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2, flexing on all you beasts.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
All right, let's see if we got that in focus. Am I in focus yet? Focus on me. Yeah, there we go. Focus on daddy. Yeah, I knocked it. Maybe I knocked it over a little bit. Let's get that. There we go. Oh, and we're out of focus. Interesting. I got to move forward a little bit. Fam, welcome to the show. Welcome to episode 2545. Super stoked to have you with us. It's Tainty Tuesday, so drop in the comments down below. What are you smashing today? Lady Hawk says, Papa should sell his albums. I'd buy it for workout music. Fuck yeah. This intro of the Mancast gets me amped. This shit gets me fucking amped. So put your nips together. Let's fucking go. Let's get ready for a great show. It's Tainty Tuesday. We're fresh off an accountability meeting. And also last Friday, we had Elon's massive rocket exploded brand new DWG that went live in overtime. You can catch it. Join the fam today over there at swolenormousx.com. And I hope everyone that has wanted to see the DWG hath seen the DWG. And we're up on another great week. We have Rise and Swole coming up on Thursday at 9 a.m. We have another overtime segment. We have Balls Deep for Summer coming up. We're coming up on what, P3S 7 in about 55 days, fam. We are going to have a massive May. Massive May in 2023. I think that's what we're going to call May this year. It's going to be schmassive schmay. We're just going to get absolutely fucking jacked. Absolutely jacked. May is going to be it's a huge month. Massive May. Massive May. All right, fam, drop in the comments. What did you smash today? Let's summon the Falcon. Let's get the nut busted and get today's party started. I'm fucking amped. Here we go. Out. Let's fucking go. Fish. All right, hashtag SwoleFam for a chance to win today's Swole card. Thank you, Leo, for, I don't know, letting us all know that you're still a raging alcoholic. You fucking chode. Put the champagne down every day. Every day, this guy. Cheers. Cheers. Put it down. Put it down. If you're just listening to the show, make sure you watch the show, too. You're not going to have context. You need to get context. You need to experience it. Remember, if you check the show notes down below, thedailySwole.com has all the links so you can watch the live streams. We're live on Rumble, The Daily Swole. We're live on YouTube and a couple other places, but those are the most popular ones. Go and check that out. All those links in the show notes down below. Leave us 5 stars if you enjoy the show. And if you don't enjoy the show yet, you are about to. Let's get into the fucking tip. God, fucking just gorillas. I'm everything today. All right, let's spit on it. Babe, just an inch, just an inch. It's cold outside. It is Tainty Tuesday. Don't be a beesh, don't be a boosh, or you'll end up like Tainty Magooch. And we haven't had a Swole Fam card in a while. It's usually Tainty Tuesday. It's usually Tainty Magooch. But it felt like today's Swole card needed to be Swole Fam. It needed to be a Swole Fam card. We haven't had a Swole Fam card in a while. And we needed one. We absolutely needed one. We were due. We were overdue. All right, let's see what we got here for today's Swole Fan post. Let's kick it off with Amelia from our discussion boards. And Amelia says, hello, everyone. My name is Amelia. I weighed 415 pounds at 6 feet tall, and about 3 years ago, I got my shit together after battling cancer for 5 years. Ooh, I kicked cancer in the ball sack and am now down 180 pounds, and I love lifting weights and working out. I am proud I lost 180 pounds solo, but I need to still lose my excess fat. My goal is to look better and eliminate all excess fat while building muscle. I have alpha gal syndrome, so I was nervous to join because I'm forced to pretty much eat plant-based. Papa Swole assured me that there's all kinds of lifestyles here. So I joined. I love the Papa Swole podcast and finally took the plunge. Happy to be here. Amelia, welcome to the fam. That's awesome. I was nervous to join. It's all good. I troll vegetables, but we have vegans in the Swole fam. We have vegans. We have some pescatarian. We have a lot of, we in the kitchen, we have all these different recipes. We have things for everyone. So we have that. We have that. That was funny. That was funny. Remember, really, that's just where I'm at right now. I used to eat more plant foods. I used to eat more vegetables. Trust me, I've eaten my fucking share of broccoli. You kidding me? I just feel so much better without it. I feel like I'm missing nothing. My performance, I feel great. I feel great. So there's something there. There's something there. And there are a lot of people that go really deep and get really technical, and there are people that believe both sides. What else is new? Bottom line, if you are honestly trying to improve your health and you're honestly trying to do the best thing for you in this life, because you have to be able to do the things that you enjoy doing. You only have one life. You want to make sure that you can do the things that you enjoy doing. And taking care of your health is important, because then if you, for example, me, I love training. I love lifting. I love challenging myself like that. So extra bonus for me, I enjoy doing things that are good for my health. That's just where I'm at. But no matter what you enjoy, taking care of your health is going to allow you to do that longer. If I take care of my health, I'll be able to take care of my health and exercise and do physical stuff. I love doing physical shit. I love lifting. I love training. So I need to be healthy to do that, right? Otherwise I can't do it. Doesn't matter what you need to do to increase your longevity and your quality of life. So that's why we do the elimination process. That's why we have the nutrition jumpstart. That's why we focus on customizing and individualizing. So thank you for sharing, Amelia. You are more than welcome here. And really the difference is you can eat whatever the fuck you want to eat here. But you need one thing that you need to be a part of the Swole fam is you need a sense of humor. You need to understand sense of humor and sarcasm and all these different, you need to have a great sense of humor. And have thick skin, and you can do whatever the fuck you want, because then you don't give a shit. Just do what's best for you. But there's a proper way to approach that. And of course, it's not just nutrition. That's just one of the pillars. So again, welcome, Amelia. Welcome for me. And actually, you know what? While we're going through, why don't you all drop in the comments what your eating habits are like, and how you feel and what you've done, if you've done plant-based, if you do carnivore or animal, and you'll see. And then anyone that's watching live, you'll see how many different, because most people watching live right now are members, official members. But you'll see how much variety there is. Even within more of an animal-based nutrition, you'll see there's a lot of variety within that. It's really just about finding what works best for you. Some people will like certain foods better and they just feel great and they perform great and everything checks out. And if you enjoy doing it, cool. And guess what? If you stick to it and it's good, well, that's going to work out. Let's see. Anissa, big victories this weekend. Went to a party and didn't drink and ate beforehand knowing what the food would be. Still had a great time, and bonus, my jeans were snug in the butt and thighs, and no muffin top. Oh, no muffin top. Gluten-free pastries. My 55-year-old butt and thighs are shaping up, baby. Namaste, y'all. Namaste with that booty. You know what I'm saying? Namaste with that booty.
With your biggest stickers, here's a this.
Hell yeah, good for you. Good for you. And now once you've done it one time, now you know you can do it. Now you know what it's like when you do it well and you feel good. And then it just makes it easier to do it again the next time, and the next time, and the next time, and the next time, and the next time. And then that's just what you do. And you have a great time. It's fantastic. We'll read some of those posts. We'll read some of the comments about the nutrition stuff after we get through the Swole family and get to the knowledge cock. Kristen, we got a great post here from Kristen. 2016, 2018, and 2023. I couldn't be more proud. No, I could be. I could be more proud. I can be more proud. I can be more proud. I am more proud. Look at that. So if you're just listening to the Sleazecast, make sure you check out the picture. Make sure the video. Check out the video. This is around the 15-minute mark or so of the show. This is legit. Look at those guns. Look at the left pictures. That's 7 years, 2016 to 2023. We have the interim 2018. On the left, we have a fat, flabby arm. Let's just be honest. That's what it is. And then all of a sudden, you lost a shitload of fucking weight in 2 years. Your arm in the middle picture looks like it's been photoshopped. It's so thin, but it's lean. But now what we're looking at in 2023, we have some solid muscle. You're looking thick and juicy. And then this is just an arm shot, but it looks like maybe you thought or you felt like you overshot, you went too lean or too thin, but on the right, you have some solid fucking muscle there. Solid muscle. Looking good. Both of those pictures on the right are fucking ridiculous. Let's be honest. Oof. And last post. How do you follow that? Well, we're going to follow it with some other wins. Matt says, I'm going to start the 90-day dash primer week tomorrow. Definitely excited to check out the brain gains and meditation. Also, never actually followed a program before. Always just kind of done my own thing at the gym. Excited about taking my health and fitness to the next level and to finally be as healthy as Lizzo.
You can be fat and be healthy. I'm sorry, Lizzo, healthier than I will ever be.
I don't know if you'll ever achieve that, Matt. Let's just be honest. I know a bunch of you listening to the show, you're thinking, I wish I aspire to be as healthy as Lizzo. I just don't think you'll ever get there. I really don't. I want to be positive. I want to encourage you. I don't want to shit on your dreams, but to be as healthy as Lizzo, that's a stretch. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just start with the proper habits, get the 90-day dash started, get those things going. The Lizzo thing, just, you don't want to, you say reach for the stars, but let's not leave the galaxy. You know what I'm saying? Okay. If you want to submit a question, we're in the knowledge cock portion. Let's read some comments about the nutrition thing. But if you want to submit a question, and we'll take a couple calls, and go to askpapaswolio.com to call into the show. You can call in more than once if you think of something. This is great if you can't catch the live stream and you usually listen or watch later. You can, let's say you work night shift. You can call in. You can call in and leave a question and then listen to an episode upcoming in the week, and we'll get to your call. We'll get to your question. So you can communicate that way too. Love to hear from you. Let's see. Brittany says, since adding beef liver to my diet, my skin is the clearest it's ever been and bright. Obsessed. Good for you. Good for you. Lady Hawk, I'm so shocked at how much fat I've lost since adding meat back to my diet. It's shocking. Let's see here. Bow. Swole fam is inclusive. Well, yeah.
Just smile and wave, boys.
Yeah.
Smile and wave.
Yeah, we are. I now with that flag thing. I mean, we are inclusive, actually. Like, no one here. We just don't like stupidity. We don't like stupidity and inauthenticity. We don't like grifting. We don't like bullshit. That's why it's our our slogan. Fitness without the bullshit. Yeah, we don't like anything else with bullshit either. We're just kind of anti-bullshit. So, yeah. Let's see. Elizabeth says, plant-based was terrible for me. Animal-based has been awesome, especially for lifting heavy and shredding body fat. Let's see if we have... Let's see. Technical difficulties. I make sure to eat less than 1,900 calories a day with a focus on protein. Barrett, reducing fiber really helped my gut health. That and getting kefir in my diet, animal-based all the way. That's been the biggest thing for me. It's hard to quantify. It's hard to quantify some of these changes that I've been adjusting in the last couple years. Kefir is really right up there. Kefir is a game changer. Literally a game changer. I think it's just a way to, you're getting in different types of bacteria that populate your gut that you're not getting, even just from going from over time eating healthier. You just don't get some of those things without consuming fermented foods. I mean, of course, I had some sauerkraut, so I guess I did get some of that, but sauerkraut always fucked me up. It always made me bloated and gassy. And I would also get I've gotten swollen, bloated from sauerkraut and stuff. But I never did from kefir. I mean, I shouldn't say I have. I drank too much when I was consuming too much at a time, and I could feel oof. But that's just because you're consuming a lot of liquid. And it's fat too. It's full fat milk that I'm making it out of. So there's that too. Let's see here. Let's see. We'll take this question too. Actually, I was scrolling up to see some more nutrition questions, but this is a good question. Aaron, as a kid who can't afford buying grass-fed beef in bulk, what do you recommend I buy that's healthy? What do you recommend I buy that's healthy but within a cheaper price range? Well, also, it depends on where you're going to get it. I don't know where you live. If you don't mind dropping that in the comments, because you can order online, which can be cheaper. There are certain stores that will have at least, maybe not grass finished, but grass fed. There's Aldi's. I know people mention Aldi's and Costco and what are the other ones? Walmart. You can get some of that's going to be better than, maybe lower quality grain fed beef. That's very inexpensive. That might be questionable. But at the same time, there are other foods you can consume. There's sardines. There's eggs. I know eggs are expensive for a lot of people, but not everyone. Some people have access to local farms and things like that. So I don't want to just assume everyone's paying a lot more for eggs. Where I get my eggs hasn't gone up. They're expensive anyway, but it's only certain ones. I think just the mass produced ones are the ones that have gone up more dramatically in price, which is kind of fucked up in itself. People that need less expensive food, those prices are going up. But if you're spending a lot on higher end or pastured eggs and you're getting them from, I haven't noticed an increase in those prices as much as I've heard from people that are just buying regular run-of-the-mill eggs. So that can be beneficial. I don't know if you have access to any of that. You just want to get the best quality that you can. But if you're looking at, let's say, lower quality chicken or turkey and farmed fish and salmon and stuff, I would still opt for beef in itself. I would still personally opt for beef than, grain-fed beef versus grain-fed chicken. That's my approach to it. I don't know if you've ever done an elimination, but remember when you're doing when you're focusing on pillar number 2, when you're doing nutritional adjustments, remember that this is, yes, you want protein. Yes, you want to eat quality sources of food, but it's really more and primarily about removing the things that are damaging you. So I would say really focus more on what you need to be eliminating. That's why it's called the elimination diet. Eliminating from your nutrition rather than think about what else can you take away? What else could be causing you issues? Because if you're removing a lot of those, then you can eat the things that work best for you in increased volume. Whatever's left is going to be a good choice. Of course, we'll give you different options, but my point is you don't want to be sucking down a lot of vegetable oils and processed sugars and grains and then be like, hey, I can't afford grass-fed beef. It's like you should be cutting down these things anyway. You might have more funds to purchase higher quality foods if you're not spending it on other things that might be causing you damage too, including let's see. Kefir is a game changer. My digestion is night and day since adding. Thanks, Papa. You're welcome, Brittany. Mine as well. Me too. Me too. Katie, Claire, we'll take a couple calls in a moment. But we're having some good live questions. Katie, what cleaning supplies do you prefer? I know there are so many chemicals in shampoos, detergent, etc. But do you have any preference? Yes, I'm trying to think of the brand. There's a couple different ones that we use. I know Myers is a good brand, I believe it's called. We have some powdered laundry detergent. I think it's Molly's. I think we talked about that. We got it on Amazon, and I think it's baking soda and calcium bicarbonate or something and peppermint oil. There's no phthalates and no parabens and all these other different toxins and dyes. When it comes to dryers, we don't use dryer sheets. We have these organic wool balls that you put in so it fluffs the clothes so it gets air throughout. And you could also put some essential oils, a couple drops on the balls. That way it'll actually scent your clothes with essential oils. Just make sure you're generally don't want to use lavender because that can be estrogenic. So you can use apple cider vinegar for certain things. White vinegar is great for cleaning. Baking soda. You can make your own mixes of things. So if there's like pee on the carpet or something, you put some baking soda and some white vinegar and you scrub and you're like, oh no, vinegar. But it neutralizes the scent and it disappears and it's not toxic, which is the big one. So for example, Papa Swolio, I guess she had to go. She peed on the bed and we have a wool blanket and stuff like that. So Mama Swolio took baking soda and white vinegar and was like scrubbing the outside, and then we hung the blanket out in the sun for the day and it's completely gone. So natural remedies, UV light is great for disinfectant, white vinegar, apple cider vinegar, these are all things that you can also use. But those were a couple brands. I don't remember, there's another one or two, and we use some kind of little packet. It's like it's like the little laundry dish detergent, but forget the brand, but it doesn't have any of those issues as well, or those additives. Chris, Papa, so I went hard on leg day, and at the end of the day, my knees were hurting and keeping me awake. I ended up taking some ibuprofen to help me sleep. Oof. No, don't take that shit. Do you have any other options for knee pain like that? Yeah, you're not training. You need to work on knee mobility in rehab, bro. Your knees shouldn't be hurting after a leg day. There's something going on there. I'm not sure what the background is, but are you doing reverse sled? Are you doing the knee, hip, and ankle mobility master classes? Are you focusing on that? You need to work on your knee health. You shouldn't be having pain after doing knees. You did probably too much overload for undertrained knees, like under-primed joints. So the last thing you want to do is take ibuprofen because you trained legs. Yeah, you don't want to do that. One, it negatively affects your muscle building because it interrupts the inflammation cycle, which is important after you train for muscle building. Plus, it fucks up your gut and your intestines. You can look into that. Ibuprofen's you want to avoid that at all costs. Right? The last thing you want to do is, I did legs really heavy and hurt my knees. Then back off on it and work on your knee health. I would check out those master classes. You don't want to be training hard and then have to take ibuprofen as a result. You could also ice. You could do ice baths. Ice baths are great. The thing is, I wouldn't recommend in terms for muscle building. It depends on what the priority is. I would say you're doing less. Whatever you're doing is putting too much stress on your joints. So what you want to do is strengthen the joints. Back off on the volume, but strengthen the joints or change the exercise in the meantime. That way you're focusing more on the muscle tissue rather than the joints themselves. You might be doing too much compression work and the knees are just not. Tendons and ligaments take a longer time to heal, to grow, and to adapt. And whatever's going on, it's putting a lot of pressure on them, and you're not getting as much in the muscle tissue. So you don't want to be beating the shit out of yourself and then having to ice. Jay Frostyball says, you went too hard, bro. Let's see. Chris, my knees were wrecked when I was in the Army. Understood. So I'm working on that now 30-ish years later. Yeah, think about all the scar tissue and the limitations and how just petrified, not literally, but the tendons and ligaments. You need to just get into this. You need to back off on that overload. Are you practicing yoga? Have you done those masterclass? Have you gone through those exercises? Have you started applying those movements? Reverse sled is a game changer. Game changer for the knees. Game changer. Reverse sled. Elizabeth, after doing more knee mobility, my knees have been feeling so much better, and I'm able to get into child's pose and deeper squat without issues or pain. And yes, I praise my knees for it. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, that was not bad at all.
I gave it
I felt good.
A 10. A 10. A fucking 10.
Mika. Papa Solia, what about using something like BioFreeze? I had a chiropractor use it on my back before. It seemed to help. I don't think it does anything. I'm not sure what it actually does. A little menthol. I've used that in the past. It just stinks a lot. I don't know if that really actually does anything or it just is like a topical numbing so you don't feel the pain. Here's the thing. I think it's important to feel it. One, that's the actual feedback of your body. I know there's certain times when you're not going to be able to fall asleep because of discomfort. I get that. I get that. You can make an argument for you need some fucking pain meds, otherwise but when it comes to muscle soreness, aside from doing physical stuff like sauna or plunge, I want to feel what my body is telling me. That's always been my take. I want to feel what my body's telling me. Aside from the damage that ibuprofen does to your gut, I want to know, because that's communication. You're subjecting your body to different things. And then your body is telling you, hey, this is going on in this area. This is happening here. This is happening there. Here's what's going on. And if you eliminate a lot of the interruptive or the distractions, if you're more in tune with what's happening in the present, you can address it accordingly. So I think it's important to feel what your body's telling you. I'm not saying you're in the hospital and you have, they cut your body open. I mean, they're going to put you on pain stuff so you can fucking sleep. Otherwise, you're just going to be in excruciating pain because you had surgery and they're cutting into it. I'm not talking about just across the board, but and I'm no expert in pain meds by any stretch, so take this as you will. But again, when you consume ibuprofen, you're digesting it. It's going through your digestive system. If you're on morphine or any other type of, intravenous, it's much different. It might be worse, phthalates and stuff getting into it, but you get my point. It's not going into your consumption. It's going right into your bloodstream and hitting the right receptors and stuff, much more efficiently. That's why they use it rather than just like, hey, we're going to do surgery on you here. Take 50 ibuprofen. It just kills you. So anyway, let's not do, and Chris, we love you, man. Like what you don't want to do is cover the symptoms. Let's get to the source of what's going on with your knees. And believe me, I know it's in the Army. Thank you for your service. Just because you banged them up and it's been a long time doesn't mean you can't make dramatic improvements night and day. It's also going to be nutrition, getting rid of my recommendations, gluten, grains, phytic acid, anything that's going to be detrimental to your oxalates, anything that's going to be detrimental to your bone health and joint health and cause potential like inflammation, vegetable oils, all these different things, and quality sleep, mobility work. You can change your life. So we'll have to come back to that, but what you want to do is get to the source. Let's get to the reason why your knees are in pain rather than cover up the pain itself, the sensation of the damage. Wilberto, the military fix for everything. Yep, 800 milligrams ibuprofen and water. Fuck. I know. My friend that served always talked about they just give you handfuls of just tons of ibuprofen. That was always on the just tons, boom, just piles of it. That's so fucked up. Let's take a call. Alejandro Calderon. Alejandro, you're on the Daily Swole.
Hi there. Greetings from Honduras. I work at home, and I was wondering if there's any kind of books I can read to be better with the movements, or if there's any information about foods I can eat to have better results. Thank you.
Well, thank you for calling. Shout out to Honduras, Vail Puto Gimnasio. If you go to swolenormousx.com, I would check out the blog. There's a lot of good information about nutrition and training and stuff on the blog. The 7 Pillars blog over there at swolenormousx.com. You could also download the 7 Pillars over at swolenormousx, and that'll give you a great framework for nutrition and how to approach your training in your life in terms of improving your overall wellness and showing you how like exactly what foods to eat. That's what we do inside Swole Enormous X. So you're highly encourage you to join, check us out. And also there's been a lot of podcasts and a lot of videos that we posted and clips and things like that, where we've discussed the elimination diet, customizing your nutrition, the importance of high protein, quality over quantity, quality being the most important thing, cutting out inflammatory foods. And also in terms of training, we have some free workouts that we have in our links and stuff. You can check in the description and over there on the website. So happy to answer any questions if you have a specific question, but there's a lot of resources online, obviously with home training. It also depends on how much equipment you have or what you're looking to do. So it helps to know what you have at home, because I could say the standard ones for body weight, right? You can get a pull-up bar, you can pull up on something, pull-ups, push-ups, squats, lunges. There's different types of lateral and Cossack squats and yoga and sissy squats and single leg RDLs. There's a lot of great exercises that you can do with body weight. And even if you have a full gym or you have a full home gym, there's still so many body weight exercises that you should be doing. So I never want to write off as, oh, well, if you want to build muscle, you have to only have weights in your hands. The weight is relative. For some exercises, your body weight is going to be more than enough. Like sissy squats, most people, body weight is more than enough for a long period of time. And it's just a matter of when your body gets to that capacity, how else do you add stress? Machines, bands, cables, dumbbells, kettlebells. Those are just different methods to overload specific body parts for a specific task. All right, let's get into another call. This one's from Brandon. Thank you for the call. Appreciate it.
Hey, Papa Swolio. I just had a question, man.
What's up?
Should I take creatine? And if I should, how much should I be taking? Just always wondered that. And also, should I be doing a loading phase? I've also heard about that and seen that on products as well relating to creatine. Thanks, man.
They still have that? They still have loading on creatine containers? Is that a thing still? That was big like 20 years ago. You don't have to load. Loading will just, here's a general concept. This has been studied so many times. Everyone's going to react differently to creatine. Everyone has their own, depending on what your nutrition is and genetics and things like that, natural level of how much creatine your body stores for high intense activity. Some people that have like lower levels of just resting state creatine will benefit and maybe notice a lot more change from supplementing rather than someone who has a relatively higher natural saturation, for lack of a better term. So if you load, you're going to waste a lot more, but you'll just top off your stores a little bit quicker and then you just maintain it. But if you just take, for an average dude lifting 3 to 5 grams, I would always start 2.5, 3 grams, start with half the dose. Even though creatine's very safe, it's been studied endlessly. It's one of the most studied supplements in history. That and caffeine are probably the most studied in terms of training. But I would just, you can always go more. You want to take the least necessary dose. 3 to 5 grams is fine. Usually when I take it, I'll take like 7.5. But the more muscle mass, the more creatine you'll take. You don't need to overdo it. I usually just take 3 to 5 grams. I'm eating a lot of red meat too, so I'm getting creatine as well. And a regular micronized creatine monohydrate. You don't need any of the fancy creatines. You can experiment. I don't like flavors. I don't want electric unicorn jizz raspberry creatine. Just take the regular stuff. You don't need anything fancy. But if you just take regular creatine monohydrate, it's not a good quality and there's impurities. You might feel a little bit stomach discomfort. So I would just get a micronized one. It's just more, the molecules are smaller and what you consume and usually mixes better and you won't have any issues. So a regular micronized monohydrate is fine. I've never loaded, never had a problem. You're fine. You're fine. Okay, let's see here. Let's take do we have an Instagram question? Laved IDK. All right. I go to gym and go to parties like 1 per month. Is okay if I drink. I go to gym 6 times per week. Okay. And what alcohol negatively does to the body. Is it going to kill you? 1 drink? No. You drink significantly? It can definitely negatively affect your health long term. I don't like these questions. Is it okay if I drink? I'm your papa, but I ain't your daddy. Or I'm your daddy, I ain't your papa. Bottom line, you're going to do whatever the fuck you want. I'm not drinking. So if that gives you any, you can do what you want, but I don't. I could easily say no, stop drinking. Yeah, but you don't need to. It's really not valuable to your body at all. It's very detrimental. I've done my share of drinking. It's miserable. Well, so, is it okay? You're the one that has to be okay with it, right? You're asking me permission, hey, can I fuck myself up? I'm going to say no. Oh, okay. You should not be drinking because you know that's not good for you and you want to take care of your health. A lot of people have their thing that might be a little bit, not a cheat, but something. If you're okay with it in your life and the risk tolerance of what you're doing, then it's your life. So, okay, maybe it's okay for you. It's not okay for me. I just know objectively what it does, and I'm not okay with the negative side effects of drinking. I don't need to. I don't feel good. I don't like the digestives. I don't like it going into it just fucks up my gut. I don't want to shit my brains out. I don't want to feel nauseous. I don't like the taste. It doesn't taste good. It just doesn't. You can get used to anything. It just doesn't taste good. Some things you like, it's just not. Red wine's fucking nasty. I've tried to like it years ago. It's gross. They used to have to drink a lot of liquor. They used to have beer, meat, all this stuff. Society used to drink so much because the water was poisonous. If you drank the water, it'd fucking kill you because they didn't have purification systems. So when they made alcohol, it would kill the bacteria, the fermentation process. So no one got sick unless you drank too much. So it was like a sterilizing function. Freddie, as someone who works as a bartender, I can tell you firsthand there is no benefit. Thank you, Freddie. Let's take another question. H Chihuai. H Chihuai. Look at those eyes. What the fuck is going on with your avatar, son? Unless this is a chick. It's just fucking like, bro. Like, what was happening?
The eyes, Chico. They never lie.
Why? That's just not necessary.
You know the thing about a shark? He's got lifeless eyes. Black eyes, like a doll's eye.
I love blasting people's fucking avatars. I'm gonna get into that a lot more. I gotta get into that. I gotta focus more on people's avatars and make fun of them. We always do, if there's a good one. If it's just like a person like on a mountaintop, it's like, all right, this is fucking weird. You put a you put a picture, you put an avatar like that, you're asking for it. I have no sympathy. It's creepy. I procrastinate a lot. This goes for gym and my studies. How do you stay motivated and disciplined? Well, I don't stay motivated. That is not an issue. Motivation doesn't, I guess it exists, but motivation is feeling like it. So fuck your motivation. That's a waste. Shouldn't be focusing on that. Discipline is action. So how do I stay disciplined? I forge my identity as someone who gets shit done and who takes care of his health and puts that top priority. I put my training above myself. It's time to train. I need to get that shit done. I need to take care of business. And then I set my habits up and I set my day up for success in order to do that. I make it my priority first thing in the morning to jump in freezing cold water and then start my morning mule routine where I pull the sled and just do some fucking labor for 20, 30 minutes. I do some sled pulls and pushes and I climb. I do some climbing on Everest, which is the name of my Versa climber. So I do that's my morning mule. I'm like a mule in fucking Tibet on a mountainside, like one of those mountain goats that's standing on the edge of a flat-faced cliff. I'm just goating it. And that's the discipline. And discipline is executing things that are non-negotiable. You get it done. You find a way. And the only way you build discipline is by finding a way. You have to overcome that thing in your brain that says, no, stop, you're tired. No, it's rainy outside. It's a little bit cold. It's, oh, you don't feel like it. You deserve it. You build discipline by saying fuck you to that voice and doing it anyway. And then guess what? That voice gets quieter. The more you execute, the quieter that voice is. Not always. It's still going to come back now and again. But in other words, relatively speaking, the more you overcome and tell that voice to shut the fuck up, the easier it is to continuously do that. You have to force that momentum. You need inertia. So you need that momentum. You need that speed. It's harder. The faster something's going, the harder it is to slow it down. And that's what you need. You need to get that momentum. You need to get that. If you start a little bit and then stop the next day, you don't get that momentum. And it's just as hard to push it forward every day. The more often you do something, the easier it is, just because it becomes a habit. If you drive to a new location and you've never been there, let's say you're buying something on Facebook Marketplace, or you're going to a new dentist or something, and you're looking at your phone, not when you're driving, right? But Waze, or, take a left here, and every landmark is new. You've never gone down this street before. Where is that, the building? If you worked there and you drove there every fucking day, you would pretty much close your eyes and just get there. It would seem like it takes you 5 minutes because there's so many repetitive patterns, the same lights, the same buildings, the same trees, the same squirrel. You just get used to seeing the same pattern, and it just, relatively speaking, makes it feel like it takes less time. You get used to it. It doesn't take as much brain power and energy to go to that same, like to drive home. You know how to get home. If you're at a new place and you're trying to get home, you might, once you get back to the normal, it's like, oh, there's the highway. Okay. Then from there, you know how to get home. It's just a matter of getting back to the highway from that place. So anytime you do that, like it's something new, it has to create new pathways in the brain. Your brain doesn't know, was it path, duration, outcome is what the brain is, the thought process. So when you're going somewhere new, you don't know the path. You don't know the duration. It's unknown until it's completed. And then it can just boom, 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 and do it again. So anyway, the more you do that, the more you have that path, duration, outcome, that's discipline, because you just start doing it. It becomes more normal at the beginning. Let's say you sit on your ass all the time and you want to get up and work out first thing in the morning. You're used to sitting on your ass and not doing anything. So doing something in the morning is going to be a challenge. If you are myself or most members of the Swole fam and you do something first thing every morning, that becomes the normal. So if I don't, for example, if I don't cold plunge or mule first thing in the morning, that's the anomaly. It feels weird. Holy shit. And it's happened. I couldn't do it. I was like, I'll do it later, whatever. I get back on it the next day because the anomaly is not doing it. The anomaly is not training. So you have to create that new normal. And guess what that new normal is? Doing it all the fucking time. So guess how you start doing it all the fucking time? By starting to fucking do it. And that's it.
That's deep.
All right, to submit a question, remember, askpapasolio.com. We'll get to more questions tomorrow. We have a show tomorrow, and then we have Rise and Swole on Thursday. So let's get into some balls deep action. Let's get those balls slapping, shall we, fam? Let's get that slappy, slappy, slappy. Slappy, slappy, slappy. Feel those balls slappy. Okay, here we go. Let's get a, the more you hate me.
The more you hate me, the more you will learn.
Ah, there we go. Well, let's raffle it off. Let's raffle it off, fam. Who's gonna take the cake for the first one? Number 1, number 2, or number 3? Number 1, number 2, or number 3? Oh, Tainty man, I love you, Tainty boy. You're my greatest joy, my little tainty boy. I love you, tainty man. I love you, my tainty. I love you, tainty boy. I love you, tainty man. I love you, tainty man. You are my tainty man. I love you, tainty boy. And you too, church. I love you too. I do. I love you too. You're so tiny. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that hand. She's so tiny. So tiny. Let's go with bow. Bow, bow.
It's estimated that 200 million people have died, probably by the time I finish this talk.
All right, number 3, bow. Numero 3. This is titled, oh my God, this is going to be ridiculous. Transphobia is sponsored by white dominant culture, colonialism, and capitalism. That's the caption of the video. And in my folder, it says the idea of, quote, men and, quote, women. Ooh, this is going to be juicy. Lots to squeeze.
You know, one of the reasons why cis people think they're real or natural or the default is because they've fallen into the trap of the myth of white supremacy. Yup, they're connected. So if you think things like trans women aren't women, or if you call people trans but then refuse to call yourself cis if you're cis, that means that you have been influenced by one of the original influencers. The siblings, the twin siblings of colonialism and the myth of white supremacy. And those twin influencer siblings get paid by capitalism to influence. They have literally influenced you to believe that there is a version.
I'm going to drink every time it says influence. Did anyone pick up on, I have no idea what's happening. We're not going to overanalyze it, but I want to go back to that the twin siblings. The twin siblings.
The original influencers. The siblings, the twin siblings by one of the original influence.
How many influence? How many times influence is going to be said? You ready? Let's do it again.
If you're cis, that means that you have been influenced by one of the original influencers. The siblings, the twin siblings of colonialism and the myth of white supremacy. And those twin influencer siblings get paid by capitalism to influence. They have literally influenced you to believe that there is a version of a man and a woman that is more human than all the other versions. Sound familiar? Yep. White dominant culture, colonialism, capitalism, they've been working real hard on us. Remember, just like with any influencer trend that is toxic, we don't have to believe it. And we don't have to follow it. And in fact, we can even point out the ludicrousness and make it completely obsolete.
Ludicrousness. Luda. Okay. At least 6 influences when we started counting.
I am very willing to let the American public judge my physical and mental my physical as well as my mental fitness.
Yo, Bro Jackson.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. I have no idea what just happened. I have no idea what just happened. Let's pick a number, 1 or 2. 1 or 2.
What's in the box?
Number 1, number 2.
More like Borophyll.
Number 1 or number 2. We're going to move right along. Here's the thing. It was obviously very complicated, right? So here's what most people do. They don't say anything because, oh my God, if I say something, you don't understand it. You just have to smile and wave. I'm like, oh, okay. Sure, let's go along with it, because if we disagree at all, there's going to be a mob outside our door. No, cancel culture. So people just shut up because, oh, it sounds complicated. They must understand it. They don't. They don't. They have no fucking idea what they're talking about. No one does. It's not able to be explained succinctly. These are vague terms and concepts that have varying definitions and opinions. That's why this language is so sinister, because it masquerades as making fucking sense. It doesn't. It doesn't make sense. It's not supposed to make sense. Again, if you try to make sense of it, you can't. There's dead ends all the time. You're like, well, that doesn't make sense because of this, and that doesn't make sense because of that. It's not supposed to. When you understand that it's not supposed to make sense, that's why it's being said in this manner. The more confusing and random and incoherent it is, the more power can be gained from people just going like, yeah, what the fuck was that? Sure. Hey, yeah, more ally or whatever. Mm-hmm. Franklin Wooden, number 1, number Schwam.
Hello, baby.
Number Schwam.
First, take a big step
All right.
back and literally fuck your own face.
F dubs. Yeah, Jeff. Well, I mean, obviously you're a fucking bigot. Jeff says you're a bigot if that doesn't make sense. Yeah, Jeff. Biggity McBiggerson. All right, number 1, Franklin. FW said number 1, 2 types of people. There's 2 types of people, the title says. Okay.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Here we go. Let's see what we got here.
There are 2 types of people who say fat phobia isn't a thing. The first type is people who think fat phobia isn't a thing because they're like, well, it's not a phobia. You don't have a phobia of fat people. I don't have a phobia of fat people.
That's pretty much what it means. So yeah, it's not a thing. So there's the reality right there. It's not a thing. So yeah, it's not a thing.
We choose truth over facts.
That's because it's not a thing. So there's a group of people that have brains and triple-digit IQs, and there's you. And whomever follows you and thinks that you say words that make sense. Okay. Here we go.
I just fear being fat with everything in me and would...
Does anyone say that? I fear fat with everything in me. Everything in me, including my spleen. I'm afraid of fat. And would kill myself if I gained any weight. Oh my God. It's not...
with everything in me and would kill myself if I gained any weight.
Oh, come on.
The second type of people who don't think fat phobia should be a thing believe it's not on par with other oppressions, such as, xenophobia, homophobia, whatever.
Okay, your made-up word is absolutely not on the same level as homophobia or but racism. Come on.
They say fat phobia is not a thing because fat people fucking deserve all the hate they get.
Look, you don't need hate. If you're fat, you don't need hate. You need to step up your own fucking game because you're going to have a lot of issues with your fucking health. Fat people deserve the hate that they get. Fat people need to have some direction. We need to educate people better and give them proper direction. They need actionable things. You know, giving people experimental drugs and treating them to beer and French fries and hot dogs and shit, telling people not to get exercise for their health. It needs to be a cultural thing. There needs to be more cultural understanding of how to get healthier, how to start making positive changes. Start by going for a walk, start by not eating garbage food. But you have these mega corporations that are making so much money off this toxic sludge when it comes to food. There's too much profit incentive. There are too many things in place that make way too many people money. If you took vegetable oils out of our economy, it would fucking crash the economy. So anyway, fat people should have, there is a good thing about self-hatred. When I say self-hatred, I mean shame. We need to bring back shame. You need to have some more shame about your terrible habits. In my opinion, in today's culture, we have an abundance of food, and unfortunately, an abundance of low quality food, but an excessive amount of information out there. You should feel some shame. Why else would you? What's the incentive to make changes? You have all these fat influencers that are incentivizing people to not get healthier. And these magazine covers and shit. Everyone's taking a knee to this bullshit victim narrative. You're encouraging people to not make changes. What else would lead someone to make a change? Shame. Shame. Someone has to look in the mirror and be like, fuck, I look like shit. Why is that a bad thing? It's subjective anyway, but why is that a bad thing? Well, you shouldn't hate yourself. You should love what you see in the mirror. No, I don't think so. I don't think you should love what you see in the mirror. I think that's a luxury. Or you've earned that. You have to earn the love, right? You have to prove it. If you're in a relationship, what do you have to do? You can't just tell someone you love them. You should show them with your actions. Why is that different with your body? Why is that different with your body? How come with your body, you just have to love it automatically? Oh, you love your body. Yeah. Why don't you show your body that you love it? You could just say things and just pretend, change your hashtag. And like, well, I love my body because I think it's wonderful just the way it is. I've made myself believe, I've brainwashed myself to believing that it's healthy because it's easier than being uncomfortable for a little bit once a day. Why shouldn't you be showing your body that you love it by taking care of it? So stop being a fat, lazy fuck. I mean, you're complaining and not doing anything. So you shouldn't get any kind of care or pity. I don't give a fuck. If you're fighting to stay fat and try to justify being fat, you do deserve what you get. I don't want you to get what you're going to get. That's why I think you should take action. I can't train for you, right? I can't train for you. It'd be cool. You get paid to work out and then it gets someone else healthier. That'd be cool. That'd be an easy way to make money. I'd be like, fuck, I'm training anyway. Sure. Plug in and I'll give you some of my workout juice. Nice. So the only reason you're going to change is if you feel shame. That's the only way you're going to change. It has to happen first, right? You have to look in the mirror or look down or walk up a flight of stairs and be tired. And you're like, what the everyone's had that moment. I've had that moment, but a lot of you have had that moment too. That moment that it hits you in the face and you think, I am fucking gross. What the fuck am I doing to myself? How many of you have had that experience? I did one time when I was over bulking. I forgot my shoes in my trunk of my car and I jogged out in the parking lot and I just felt heavy. And I thought, what the fuck am I doing? Why do I feel like I'm just oversized? I was bulking too much. This is when I talked about I kind of got a little bit fat because I was just eating too much food. I was over bulking, lifting heavy. But I pulled the plug on that and made that change right away. But everyone has that turning point. That's why you make those fucking changes and don't look back. Because you have that moment where you look in the mirror or you put on pants that you've always worn. All of a sudden you can't fit because you haven't worn them in 6 months. Holy shit. You have that light bulb moment. I am fucking gross. Or your actions, or you're sitting there with friends and you eat a whole pizza by yourself. And then sitting there feeling bloated and you're looking down and you see your gut hanging over the table and you're thinking, what the fuck am I doing? And you just gross yourself out and you make those changes. That's called shame. You just feel disgusted. And then you show your body you love it. And guess what? Your body pays you back by making improvements. A lot of times you see a picture of yourself. Yeah. Mika says, yep, I saw a picture of myself and was so disgusted or just so embarrassed. So I changed it. Frank, shame and pride are the two things that make people change their lives. We don't value hard work in America anymore. Yeah, right on. There's actually 18 more seconds of this train wreck. Let's play this. I just paused it. It was a good rant, but let's finish it.
It's not unjust, like homophobia. It's deserved because fat people are all terrible.
No one says that. Stop. This is how they look. This kind of argument is internal self-hatred. The only thing is, and this is just, the reason why they're so angry is because they hate themselves. They're having that shame moment, but they can't take personal responsibility. So they're like deflecting it like Captain America's shield onto people that say, hey, stop being lazy, go to the fucking gym. Oh my God, you're fat phobic, you're this. No, you hate yourself. And rather than taking that shame and realizing I need to fucking change, you're projecting your self-hatred onto everyone around you. Like they hate us because all fat people are terrible. Who says that? No one talks like that. All fat people are terrible. Who the fuck says that? I think all fat people should take better care of their health. But that's not the same as saying all fat people are terrible. I know fat people that are great people. They just don't take care of their health, and I wish they fucking would. I might not spend as much time with them as someone who does take care of their health because we don't have as much in common. That's foundational to my life. Doesn't mean they're not good people and have family and are cool. Doesn't mean they're not a good person. You could be a good person and trash your body, unfortunately. A lot of people do. They're doctors or they try to pursue professions where they help others and they sacrifice their health in the process. They're up all night, working long fucking shifts. Firefighters. I mean, these people save fucking lives and they work ridiculous 48-hour shifts straight. Anyway, you get the point. It's like, for fuck's sake. They hate themselves, but the normal response is, ugh, I'm fucking disgusted with my life. Change, grow, develop, personal responsibility, change yourself. No, it's your fault. Oh. Idiot.
Matt Damon.
Overeating gluttonous monsters. And they're not healthy. And I hate them. Yeah.
Overeating gluttonous monsters and they're not healthy. Fact, they're not healthy and I hate them. No, this is you. You hate yourself. And I wish you would love yourself and show yourself that you love yourself.
Definitely isn't either of those things. It's not real. It's fake. I made it up. I made it up to fuck with you.
No, you hate yourself. And I'm sorry that you hate yourself. So why don't you take different actions to show your body that you love it? And then you won't hate yourself. See how that works? See how it works? Okay. That was nice. Great. Hopefully that all makes sense, right? Hopefully that all makes sense. It's the same thing. It's the same thing as when like one of your friends becomes successful and they make a lot of money or they get a promotion and you're jealous, right? They're the people that are jealous and like, oh, that's great. Or, and they stop hanging out with you as much. And then you have the friends that are like, dude, I'm so proud of you. That's fucking awesome. They're genuinely happy for you. Though the person that's genuinely happy for you is the one that they look in the mirror and they're like, I need to fucking change. And they take action. The ones that are like, they pull back. It reflects on them what they're not doing. You were successful. So as a result, they realize, oh my God, they're more successful than me. They want what you have. So they project it as, that person's this. Oh, but they're so pretentious now. Oh, now they moved into a new house because you have that negative person. That's not really your friend. That's, selfish and narcissistic. It's not about them. They haven't, they're and jealousy. So they project it out rather than getting their own shit together and getting inspired. Someone shows a transformation picture. Oh, they're fat phobic. You see, it's like the same thing. It's the same thing. That person lost 150 pounds. Oh, that's so fat phobic. Ew. They're showing everyone that has their before body. They're telling everyone that they hate them and that their body is invalid and gross. They were fat and fucking morbid and unhealthy, and they made amazing changes. You could either be, that's fat phobic. Ew, they're saying my body is gross. It is. Your body is gross. It's a fat, morbidly obese body. And you fucking know it. So what you gonna do about it? That's it. You're not a terrible person. You just don't take care of yourself. And guess how you can change that? Take care of yourself. Whoa. And then everything, whoa. Simple mindset shift. Everyone starts somewhere. Just fucking do it. And then you have no one to be upset at. You're not upset at yourself anymore. And then because you actually take action and love yourself, guess what you project to other people? More love and support. If you hate yourself, but you don't take responsibility and change it, well, then you just project your hate outwards. And everyone else is fat phobic or a white supremacist sister, and you get your fucking septum pierced and hair dyed 9 colors. It translates into everything. Just jealousy and self-hatred and loathing. But again, right? It's the shame that people are not allowed to feel. They're not allowed to feel shame. It's not your fault. You're a wonderful, just the way you are. You're a unicorn. You're a wild falcon. You can identify as a falcon. You're a fish. No one should hurt you. 8th place, true. You finished in last place, but no, you participated. Good for you. Jesus Christ. All right, last one says, imagine being trans. No.
What's in the box?
Why? Imagine being trans. No. Why? Imagine thinking that I was a woman. Yeah.
Imagine being trans and trying to go get your medication. I literally walk up there, the lady on the phone is like, oh, can I have your last name? And so I give it to her. She's like, oh, okay, I'll meet you out there and I'll give you your prescription, right? So I'm waiting and she comes out and then she says, oh, is this for? And then she says my dead name. And I'm like, my name is Rylan.
Rylan? Rylan. Rylan. In the arms of an angel, fly away from me. For just $1 a day, I'm waiting for a fly to land on her face. For just $1 a day, you can pay for yeah. Dead name means your name, not the name that you chose. Anyway, let's just go.
And she just looks at me. And then she puts the medication on the table and shuts the door and locks it behind her.
What? I'll take things that didn't happen for $7.50, Alex.
We choose truth over fact.
You switch the samples.
Yeah, what? Hold on, I gotta record this. Boop. So, I was picking up my medication. And she puts it out. And then she closed the door and locked it and walked away. Even though when usually you pick up medications, it's behind a locked door so they don't get robbed. It's a security feature, if that's the case. And they usually have a lot of security and thick metal doors and stuff for pharmacies because people will break it and steal and flip it on the streets and lace it with fentanyl and kill people. Beep. Upload, caption, hashtag trans tears, hashtag what would a trans do, hashtag. All right. Oh. Yeah, just give me the pills, yeah. See? Yeah. Give me my pills from PPGG. Yeah, give me my pills. Yeah. Bro. Like, can I call you bro? Or, I don't know which way you're going. Anytime you see someone crying and making a video, it's just so inauthentic. Come on now. Yeah. JP. Julian says, imagine being mentally healthy. It goes both ways. Look, I don't wish bad.
No medication except my fucking antidepressants.
Quite the opposite. I don't wish ill will. I don't want anything bad for any of these people. I want them to be healthier. I want them to get actual help and come to reality. I would love for them to come back. You know, we need help, mentally healthy people in our world, especially our country, right? We need that. But come on, is that the right thing you should be doing? Is crying, making up stories on the internet? Come on. Come on. It doesn't take much just to lift the, just look underneath the hood, like just lift it, just look a little bit, think.
Mr. Strickland.
Okay, let's give away today's Swole card. Thank you so much for being here today. Everyone hit that like button, subscribe to the show. Thank you for being a part of the Daily Swole and the Swole fam. Learn more at swolenormousx.com, but if you haven't yet left us a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please leave us a 5-star review. Share the show with your friends. That way they can get some knowledge cock in their ear holes. And I just want to mention, just think about it. There's so many people that go through every day of their lives never getting their ear holes stretched out by the knowledge cock. I mean, you owe it to them. If you consider yourself their friend or them your friend, rape their ear holes today. Just share the podcast and just think of it like that. Just think of it just sliding in and, you know, give them a good run for their money. You know what I'm saying? Fill up those ear holes. Dump some loads in there. Let's fucking go. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Swole fam. Let's go. Scrolling, Swole fam. Natty Night. Congratulations. All right, Natty Night. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com, swolecard 2545 in the subject, your mailing address in the body of the fucking email. Thank you so much for being here, fam. We'll take some soundboard requests. Congratulations, Natty.
Look at her. She looks like she's 19 years old, sitting there with her, like a little lady in her legs crossed.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Now, once you've had sex with a woman, she will naturally start to depend on you, okay? All women do this.
Shut up, bitch!
Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no crying in baseball!
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
I like to caress rusty spoon.
I got hairy legs.
I'm a fair guy, but this heat is making me absolutely crazy. Ever served in a forward area?
Matt Damon. Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn!
First, take a big step back and literally
fuck your own face!
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
Another example of cake gender would be if someone feels like they have different layers or flavors to their particular gender.
I arrived in America's airport with clothing, US dollars, and a jar of gypsy tears to protect me from AIDS.
Fucking nailed it. Let's go.
Dodson! Dodson! We've got Dodson here!
Fuck yeah!
Looks like the bus station in total recall.
Well, I could be wrong, but I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era.
No hands, this guy. Fuck yeah, very nice. Very, very nice.
God damn it, I don't know what it is about your face, but I want to deliver one of these right in your suck hole.
Is there anything I can do to work on that?
No, not really, it's your face.
All right, fam, thank you so much for being here. 2545 in the books. We will see you over there inside the Swole fam, in the Telegram chat, Facebook group, Discord, and such. So join us, swolenormousx.com, and let's kick off massive May. Summer Swole season is here with the Swole fam. Remember, Thursday morning, 9 a.m., Rise and Swole live call. So it'll be private for members only, but we'll be back here tomorrow morning. Thanks for being here. Thank you, Franklin. Appreciate it. Brittany, Loretta, Charisma, Cerny, Mika, John, Pedro, Elizabeth, Lester, everyone that has been here for this episode, and Loretta, everyone that I might have missed. Go make some sick fucking gains today. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace, McGee. Deuce Magoose, your boy Papa Swolio. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they can't left and they so mad, it's like
then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made.
That's a bed that you made.
That's a bed that you laid.
That's a bed that you laid.
What kind of game is you playing?
What kind of game is you playing?
We go hard in the paint.
We go hard in the paint, yeah.
What the fuck is you saying?
What the fuck is you saying?
I only go where they pay.
I only go where they pay.
What kind of game is you playing?
What kind of game is you playing?
Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons out closets and making